Welcome back to Off the Carousel, Field of 68's introduction to all 60-plus first-year head coaches across Division One. Today, we're getting to know new Fresno State coach Vance Walberg. Coach Walberg, a longtime, highly successful high school coach, also had stops in college and the NBA. Coach, thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So I want to start with your offense, the dribble drive motion offense that has earned you plenty of a plume over the years. And John Calipari has probably been the most visible proponent of your offense over the years. But can you take us through kind of some of the core principles of that and where you first developed it and how it made its way into college basketball?
Not a problem. Actually, the guy who's probably doing better with it right now is Nate Oakes. Nate was a high school coach when I was at Pepperdine. He came out, spent time with me, and we spent time with each other. And you've seen his ascension. He's done very well. He probably does his probably as well as anybody. No, what happened, Kevin, is I would say back in the late 90s, I had a lot of good guards for my high school team, not very many good bigs. And at that time, everybody played with their center and power forward. So most teams had two people inside. So my guards would beat their player, and then there'd always be somebody in the way. So we went to a 4-out, 1-in. And then a lot of people that were doing a 4-out, 1-in always wanted to post the ball. And my thought was, for me, my guards were the better players, and I really didn't want to throw it into the post. So we moved the post to the weak side. We call it the dunker now. And then we would attack. The three basic principles of the offense is: one is the attack mentality, two is open up gaps, and three, once you attack those gaps, have the proper spacing. Basically, if you can shut your eyes, you should know where everybody is at all times, if it's done right. And then, we've had some pretty good success with that. In high school, had some good success. When I was in junior college, we had a 4-year stretch. We went 133-11. When I had an undefeated state champion in California team, and Pepperdine didn't work as well. That was part of it, was more some of the things that I didn't make the adjustments to, and so forth. And then after I left Pepperdine, I went to UMass with Derek Kellogg there for a little bit, then 5 years in the NBA, went back to high school, and was fortunate enough. There's some people in town, asked if I would try for the job, and were really supportive. And I was very fortunate that our president was really nice and giving me that opportunity.
So obviously film was a thing when you launched this offense in the 90s, early 2000s, but certainly not synergy today where everything is at the touch of a button. I'm curious how long it took for you to start to notice other people kind of following your lead, and how quickly the things you were doing in high school and junior college started to travel nationwide throughout basketball.
Well, it definitely went nationwide. Sports Illustrated, gosh, I forget his name. He passed away a couple of years ago. A good Sports Illustrated writer. They did a big article back in the mid 2000s on it, of all the different people that were doing it, both on the boys' side, the girls' side, and so forth. Because for me, what really made it work is I love the full court press. So between the press and the offense, the combination of them was really effective. In fact, I get asked more times on the dribble drive, and to be honest with you, I'm more of a defensive coach than I am an offensive coach. But what happened is our defense, our press, made it to where you can run a regular offense, and that's kind of how another way that the offense was created and so forth.
So you're coaching high school and junior college forever. Then you're in college basketball for a couple of years. All of a sudden you're flying on 747s and coaching in the NBA, staying in the Four Seasons. Like, what was that adjustment like? And how much of a pinch me moment were those 5 years in the NBA?
No, it was a lot of fun. And I'll be honest with you, every level I've been at, I've absolutely enjoyed. They're all so different. Probably the toughest is high school, to be honest with you, because you teach all day, then you coach. You spend as much time as you do coaching as you do teaching. I'd be there at the gym at 5:30 in the morning. We'd get done at 9 o'clock at night with our camps and AAU programs, so forth. But then you go to junior college, and that was, I thought, very easy and really fun. Division I was its own beast, and then you go to the NBA. I think the big difference in the NBA, as an assistant coach, was just you do so much film work. and but you're so busy, you don't realize where you're at, and you get from one city to the next, to the next, to the next. Yeah, it was nice traveling, staying at the nice hotels and so forth. But I mean, honestly, each level was a lot of fun for me.
So you go back to high school in 2016. That adjustment back, I'm sure was very unique. Why did you still want to coach, right? Like at that point, could you have walked away? Could you have went to college? Why go back to high school and go back to your roots?
The main reason I did that is, I have 4 kids and 9 grandkids. And my wife is, to be success, I think to be successful in this business, for me personally, when I say successful, that's everything. I think you have to have a tremendous spouse to help you. And my wife was phenomenal in doing and helping me through all these journeys that I've been in. We went through a stretch of being from Fresno down to Malibu, go to Amherst, then we went to Denver, then we went to Philly, then we went to Sacramento. So I put on a pretty good run. And 3 of my 4 kids at the time lived in Fresno, and a lot of my grandkids lived in Fresno. And the district athletic director gave me a call. He used to be one of my ex-players, and said, "How about coming back?" And they gave me a really nice deal, a really nice setup. And I figured through chasing my wife around everywhere, why not? Like I said, for me, coaching, it doesn't matter what level. I just love coaching. I haven't, I tell people all the time, I haven't worked a day in my life yet. It's been that much fun for me.
If you haven't heard by now, we have partnered with BetMGM Sportsbook. We are going to be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners, the viewers of the Field of 68 throughout the year. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. The best part, all you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your own hard-earned money to be eligible. Here's how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using that bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure that you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. BetMGM is going to have some fun offers available throughout the NBA playoffs. Bet insurance tokens, odds boost, and what I love, a nice parlay boost or two from time to time, as well as a ridiculous array of player prop bets for any sport that you could possibly imagine betting on. BetMGM is and always will be the king of the prop bet. So go download the BetMGM app, use the bonus code FIELD, and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request. The best way to support the Field of 68 content that you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the podcast. Like and share the YouTube videos. Tell your friends about us. It all helps in a world where the algorithm is king. And now, back to the show.
Did you think that would be your last job when you took it?
Yes, I did. Honestly, I hate to say this, this is the 4th time I tried for the Fresno State job. 18 years ago, I thought I had a good shot at getting it. Then I gave it to somebody else. And then the last 6 years, and then this open. And, I honestly didn't even think I'd have a chance, but the people in town really, really, got behind, really pushed for me, and very, very appreciative.
Yeah, how much did it mean to you seeing the support from the community when the job opened, behind you? I know I saw pictures from your introductory press conference, and there was, a room packed full of people, I'm sure from kind of all walks of your basketball journey. How powerful was that for you to see all of that support and help you get over the finish line to get this job?
Really, it was very not only impressive, but very heartwarming, just for the fact that, when you coach, you do it because you love the game. At least I do. I do it because I love the game. I don't care about the money and anything else. Yes, the money's nice in one aspect, but it's more because of the love of the game and watching the different players that you have, how they grow up, how they mature, how they come back, and you see them raise their families and so forth. I'm starting my 47th year of coaching, so I've seen quite a few. So it's been fun. That part's been fun, and I've been, like I said, the community has been phenomenal.
You mentioned Coach Oates, and it wasn't just him. It was kind of the fraternity of high school coaches this year at the Final Four with Kevin Keats and obviously Dan Hurley. Um, as maybe the quintessential high school coach, what do you think about coaching high school basketball that translates so well to college? Why do you think that has been such a valuable path for so many guys over the years?
Well, I think when you do high school, you got to do so many different things. You get to the NBA, you get to college, it's just straight. You're just doing straight basketball. Along the way in high school, you got to set the gym up, clean the gym up, set up the schedule, set your own schedule, do the calendar. Just there's a lot of little different things. But honestly, I don't know if it's the high school coach thing that was successful. I think if you look at all those guys, they all love the game. They all wanted to get better. Like I said, with Nate, I know Nate personally, and I know what he's done, through the years to get to where he's at. And it just really, for me, the one nice thing with the dribble drive, I've gotten to meet so many high school, college, NBA coaches through it. They want to learn. I've been overseas for many clinics, and doing clinics throughout the country that it's been great to get a chance to see all these different coaches.
Your job at Fresno, it comes at a time in the Mountain West where, the league has so much momentum. 6 bids to the tournament last year. I was out at the Mountain West tournament a year ago. Like, the energy around that conference was palpable, and it was so fun to watch. I guess certainly that makes it an uphill battle for you guys to break through. But how exciting is it to play in a league that maybe doesn't get the high major label all the time, but is winning as much as really any conference in America right now?
It's phenomenal. Like I said, the league has been so good these last couple of years, in getting so many multiple bids. And it's a good selling point for us. There's a lot of leagues you go to where, only the champion's going to go on. So when you have a league that can get 3, 4, 5, 6 bids, it definitely, opens up the chances for us in recruiting wise. And I think it helps. And again, just, getting my first time, I went to the Mountain West Coaches Conference. You get to see all these different coaches that you see all the time on TV. It was fun. It was a great pleasure.
Um, what will it take to get Fresno into that conversation and be competing for at-large bids the way that, so many in this league have in the last couple of years?
Well, you got a couple of things. One, it's going to have to be luck that you can stay healthy. Two, it's just like anything else. You need the money. The NIL has changed the game so much. The portal is good and bad. I think without the portal, I think we would have been really in trouble. I think the portal really helped us. We got a few key players out of the portal, but I'm not a fan of going in the portal every year. Where I liked it before, where if you went in, and if you did go a second time, you'd have to sit a year or whatever. But it is what it is, so you have to adjust.
All right, Coach. Last question for you. If I had told you 5 years ago at this time that you'd be sitting here as the head coach of the Fresno State Bulldogs, what would you have said after all those disappointments of the past?
Sure, I would say, yeah. What else do you got to sell? No, it's just like I said. I'm very blessed, very lucky. It's really kind of neat for me, because I've been here since 1989 in the Valley. My kids, when I moved down here from the Bay Area, they were 2, 3, 5, and 6. So to go through this from 1989 all the way now, from the high school to the JC, now at Fresno State, it's awesome.
Well, there's something special about putting on for your hometown, and we're looking forward to seeing Coach Vance Walberg in Fresno trying to turn around this Bulldog program. Coach, appreciate you taking the time.